Sponsor of this episode is Love by Stella. Hi there, guys and gals. I'm super excited about our sponsor because they make such cool crochet items and decorations that you are just not going to be able to live without. Got a new baby that's on their way into your family? Then check out this baby bonnet and booty set. How about this cool baby cocoon with hat and mittens? And for you new parents out there, how about a crochet sleepyhead? Just sleep with a sleepyhead for a few nights and lightly spritz it with your deodorant, perfume, or body spray so your baby will fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer with your smell. How about a Baby Yoda for your child or grandkids? Or even a Scooby-Doo dog for your child's forever home? And with winter on its way, Love by Stella also makes a cornucopia of blankets. And you know what? That's not all. Love by Stella also does custom designs. Take this kid's drawing, for example, that he did at school one day, for instance. Love by Stella made it into a full-sized best friend. Wreaths, coasters, beanies, dish scrubbies. Love by Stella does it all. Even custom unicorn pieces I can't show you on YouTube. Love by Stella even sent me this super warm beanie for my Chrome Dome, as well as this awesome Knight's Helmet beanie with movable face mask for super cold and windy days, or just some extra cosplay for your next D&D session. And it's all super easy to order. Just go to Facebook and search Love by Stella and scroll down to see all the different items she has to offer. You can even ask her a direct question through the messenger function or even send her an email message directly. They're quick to respond and they take pride in each and every one of their handmade products. And now, back to the episode. Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the Thunderforce podcast, a 5th edition D&D podcast of the hundreds of D&D podcasts out there, and hopefully will earn a spot on your calendar to listen to on a regular basis. Now, the world y'all will be living in here is taken from multiple sources, from books, from lore, and even other podcasts, so you might just hear familiar names, places, and even see similar events take place. In this world, our adventure takes place is called Irulan, and is loosely based on the Forgotten Realms. Going around the room, we'll introduce our players. We have JD, who plays Minnow.
Hello.
Hi there. We have Jen, who plays Cricket.
Hello.
We have Jiro, who plays Jiro.
Hello.
And we have me. I'm Lone Like Dragoon. I'm the DM, and I play everybody else. So, where we last
You're
left...
the dum-dum mister.
That's right, I am. I'm the idiot.
No,
so
you're the dum-dum mister.
I don't know what that is. Is that a reference?
The dungeon master. It's a 3-year-old was calling the DM the dum-dum mister.
Oh.
Instead of the dungeon master.
That's okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
so you're the
Marvelous.
dum-dum mister.
So yes. So anyway, where we last left off, you guys has actually had the last bit of your guys' adventure in the Plane of Mischief, where you guys finished the Ziggurat TV show, essentially. And Minnow had a little bit of an encounter with Grifto McBeg on a one-on-one basis. And you guys actually kind of went to two separate places. The majority of the party, that would be Cricket, Jiro, you guys ended up, as well as Calypso. Calypso's not going to be here with us. Just as a quick house cleaning thing here, we have Mr. Inner City Witty, who's going to be joining us back here into the party. He'll be playing a different character as he has been in the past here. For those folks that have been, kind of onboarded for Season 1, Inner City Witty, he was actually in our archive episodes. We're going to call that Season 0. But he'll be back here with us here starting next week here. He had a nasty migraine, so he's going to do some self-care. So, and the Hoodles.
Circle jerk.
That's right,
Sorry.
that's right. And Miss Calypso, she is on she's on an excursion doing like a hike. So she'll be back here with us next week, but you guys will be able to see this episode live now. So everybody in the party was deposited back into the council chambers, with the exception of Minnow. Minnow actually took a different path back to the prime material plane, and that's where we meet Minnow. Minnow, you wake up, or were awakened, by this old crusty seaman that was I've been holding on to that one for weeks. You were awakened by an old crusty seaman who actually poured some water on you and basically told you to kind of scram, and that if the watchman catches you, his ass was going to be in a bind here, basically from a trouble perspective. Minnow, you actually wake up from this splashy water, just kind of pickled with all of the different sparkly glitter bits that were left over from the Plane of Mischief here. And as you kind of gain your footing and kind of hop back onto the dock, you notice that there's a small red string tied around what could be considered your pinky hoof on your arm, and there's a small little note that's attached to this to your pinky, as well as a long piece of string just kind of going off there. And the note, do you read the note?
Well, yeah, naturally. I'm going to wonder what it is.
Perfect. Do you speak Dwarf? I'm just kidding. I'm going to go ahead and send this to you over Discord, and I'm going to have you go ahead and read it aloud, if you would, please. Oh, bear with me here. And I gotta find where I put Discord on my desktop now.
Fucking mood.
That's right.
Magical places.
Yeah, fantasy Discord.
You're a fantasy Discord.
Right. Here we go.
Okay. Dear Minnow, I'd like to return this to you as it was yours to begin with. And it tastes like blueberries, so drink up. When you get a chance, do yourself a favor and hit up that Blue Julius on Main Street. Their blueberry smoothies are totally fresh. You'd be whack not to. Any hoodles. See you soon, little guy. Sincerely, Grifto McBeg, the magnificent maker of merriment and maleficence, High Ruler of the Plane of Mischief, for now. P.S. I don't recall how long these string things need to be. I saw a ballpark the length.
And that's when your attention is drawn to that extra length of thin red string. It's made of wool, as you can clearly tell by its texture, but it actually leads down to the end of the dock, where it is piled about waist high, for you anyway, is just rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls of just this long string.
Ah, no strings attached then.
That you can tell is just kind of piled up here very haphazardly, and then goes up a set of steps and around a corner.
Okay. I remove it from my appendage.
Okay.
I'm going to leave the string where it is, and I'm just going to follow the way it leads.
Okay, fair enough. And as you take off that the piece of string from your pinky, it falls down onto the dock here, and you start following it here. And it's this pardon me here. Basically off to the shore, you are basically shocked to see that literal heap of neatly wound string on the ground, and piling at its peak to your waist in some spots, and then up a flight of steps and around a stone corner. As you continue to follow it, this string actually leads you through the docks, going through barrels of fish, around corners, up and around an enormous statue of Emperor Sildar Hallwinter. That also the string actually kind of goes up and around him, and actually covers up his prominent scar on his face on this large statue, as you can see here. I'll mark it on the map for everybody to see here. For those at home, I hope you guys are watching the video portion of this on Spotify. If not, there is a big old statue that has a whole bunch of string wrapped around it, and kind of goes up over its face here. The string then darts up a long path that diverts into a large, bushy bush, laying closely up against a large white marble building, and into what appears to be some kind of hidden door with an open latch. And inside is what looks to be some kind of small maintenance closet, about 4 feet by 8 feet long, with brooms, mops, and wax on a small shelf lining your left side. And at the end of the room, there's a wood door. And you can see that this piece of red string goes underneath the door. what do you do?
Well, apart from relieving myself on the statue,
Fair.
I follow the string into this building, and if it goes under the door, I will check if the door is locked.
Okay. When you try for the handle, it is actually locked.
Then I kick it.
Okay. The door kind of seems to kind of give. You hear some cracking from its wooden frame, but it still holds tight here. JD, if you would like to go ahead and kick it again here, I will need to get a strength check from you, sir.
Okay. Would that be athletics or?
We're gonna go straight up strength.
Oh, okay. That would be a 26.
Oh dear lord! Oh yeah, that breaks through the plane of the primary material plane, and you bust a hole make a black hole with your foot. No. What happens there is that the door basically explodes in a just a shower of in just a shower of splinters here as it gives way, and you are actually kind of fall through this door as you're giving it the good old heave ho with your foot there, and that's actually where we'll actually cut away just for a moment here. Over to the rest of the party here, loading in into the map here. It should load here just a second here for you, JD. I see it loading on the screen here.
Yes.
The rest of the party here, primarily just Jiro and Cricket, you guys actually wake up on the floor where you guys had originally disappeared, in the council chambers, and you guys wake up in just a absolute pile of glitter. Like it's in every nook and cranny, and you guys are actually kind of shook and awake. As your eyes open, you basically see a very largely built, but very beautiful woman kind of shaking you awake in this pile of glitter. As you guys are all kind of basically just kind of jumbled together, where like you guys are like haphazardly deposited here. And this lady, she has a very sweet voice. I'll bring her character in here. She actually has a blue blouse on, with a little crown of leaves, of eucalyptus leaves. You see that she has a pot of tea in one hand and a cup in the other, and she actually speaks to you here. She says, "Oh my God, oh my rod, are y'all okay? Y'all okay? You oh my goodness, y'all just covered in glitter. Y'all the Thunderforce folks, right? From Fandolin, right? I'm Miss Janelle Fitzmire, and I'm the director of the Clint program." And she actually pours out what smells to be some oolong tea, and passes out some lemon squares, both to Jiro and to Cricket. And she actually kind of starts to as she kind of gestures, you're like, go ahead, y'all, go ahead and drink up here. This will give you some strength back. What in the world happened? As outside, I saw you guys walk by, and y'all came in here. So one of my clients came out here and said y'all collapsed in the hallway. What happened? You all right?
I think so. 10 fingers, 8 toes, 2 wings. Yeah, I'm good.
I've still got my tail. I think we're Gucci.
I don't know what Gucci is, but if it's all right by you, then it's all right by me here. Then go ahead and finish up them lemon squares. I made them straight here from this morning. They're made with an extra little bit of lemon zest here, just for y'all. And anyway, did y'all speak with the council yet?
No.
Oh my
The
goodness.
council.
Oh yes, the city council, the ones that we sent for y'all this morning. Miss...
we were where the glitter was.
Right. You guys woke up in the glitter. You guys had passed out. Did this fall out your pockets?
I think it was an explosion of flavor.
Oh,
You know what? Everybody loves extra flavor. That's why I add the extra lemon zest to my lemon bars.
Yeah, so it's actually, I think I'm a little sticky, so I don't think it's glitter. I actually think it's a little bit of candy.
Oh goodness! Sometimes some little candies melt in my pocket too. Here when I give my Clint's a big old hug. Anyway, let me help you up to your feet here, sweetheart. Let me go ahead and dust some of that glitter and stuff off you here. And she actually reaches down here with her large hands here and basically kind of manhandles you up to your feet. She's actually a lot stronger than she first appears here. And Jiro, you are also basically yanked from the floor as well, as you polish off those lemon bars. And actually, they are probably the best lemon bars you've actually ever tasted before. Like, they're really something.
I have a question for out of game.
Oh yes.
Does she treat me like Tinkerbell, where I get tapped and the fairy dust goes all over the place?
She's actually she's trying to be careful with you because she understands that you're kind of like a little creature, and she's using just kind of like a thumb and pointer finger.
Okay.
But
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting beat up, because otherwise I would have to yell for abuse and yell stranger danger.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Does
I know you. That's my purse.
Oh my goodness.
I know what that's from.
Care to share for our audience?
King of the Hill.
Oh, gotcha.
With Bobby, he goes to a self-defense class. I don't know you. That's my purse. Because he was being bullied.
Oh,
Kicks him in the balls.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Gotcha.
We should have an episode that is King of the Hill themed.
Oh my goodness.
Where we have a propane and
propane accessories.
Yeah. It's like, I sell propane and propane accessories, and then have a Dale that is like actually an evil mastermind.
Oh dear Lord.
We gotta have someone talk that fast though.
We need a boomhauer too.
Boomhauer.
Oh my god.
Y'all gonna give me the town. They're gonna go down that truck and get down that quarry. You know what I mean?
I call Bill. I want to be Bill.
Fair enough. And you can sell propane and propane accessories.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
That'd be great. What are we gonna call the store?
Gas it up.
Great. Perfect.
Gas, farts, and chinchillas.
Yeah.
Dear Lord. Anyway, back to the podcast we're trying to record.
Man.
You guys can still rift. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to rift. We're good to go for 2 hours for episode wise. So
let's continue.
That's right. At the end of the long corridor, this path opens up into a gigantic circular room about 40 feet across, with endless chairs lining the walls on an elevated oak platforms about 8 feet high or so, and a copper domed ceiling. Yes, a circle. And a copper domed ceiling that seems to echo your footsteps as you approach the center of this room, and you stand next to a podium. Go ahead and move your characters over to center of the room here for that podium here.
I don't have my character, but I'll move something.
Gotcha. We'll have you use this other character here in the meantime here so we can get you we'll get you something offline here. Just so we can keep things moving.
Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart.
There you go. I've unlocked your guys' characters. You guys should be able to move.
I removed.
Okay, gotcha.
I am on point.
Yes.
Funny.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right, I'll need everybody to go ahead and also, once you guys have placed your guys' characters there, go ahead and roll me a perception check, if you would, please.
Perception. Where is that?
It should be on your character sheet. It should be in the upper left-hand corner.
In
I
skills,
rolled
I found
an
it.
11.
Cool.
Dragoon, do you trust me enough for me to roll my actual dice?
Yeah. Sure,
Okay,
go ahead.
Great.
Yeah, I trust you guys. You guys are good to go.
I haven't used real dice in a long time, and I have my middle ones.
You got the itch.
Yes.
The dice itch.
Do you still have the big dice that I gave you?
I do. I have everything that you gave
Yeah.
me at the Cranberry Festival.
Woo!
Cranberry.
Friendship is magic.
Okay, I
Except
gotta
for
roll
the
mine.
soup and the cookies.
That's right. Those got eaten immediately.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, perfect. And with a 11 and a 14 here, you guys are actually you guys beat the check here. So,
Fuck yeah!
yeah.
Sorry. Aggressive. Just
That's
a little
all
bit.
right.
It's
That's all
fine.
You guys see that, or with your guys' roll, it essentially reveals that all of the name plaques, basically at each one of these podiums, you see that it lists their names and what section of Neverwinter that these individuals that represent the city are basically from, and basically what they do for the city. While others list, for instance, like names of kings of other kingdoms, from what you're able to recognize, and you look around and these podiums are completely empty, except for 4, where you will see well-dressed individuals sitting in front of you, while on the council floor that you're all standing on, two orcs stare at you on the right-hand side with battle axes at the ready from the right-hand side of the chamber, and the orcs have the city crest of Baldur's Gate on their chest and their upper arms, and they're guarding what seems to be an elf up in the stands here, with long, straight gray hair, with bright white chainmail, gauntlets, and a dark plum-colored cape. You hear a gavel actually kind of echo through this chamber here, as one of the individuals that's standing here in the center here actually chimes in. Actually speaks up here, and you can actually hear their voice plain as day because of the ceiling and the craftsmanship that's been put into this place here. They say, "Oh yes, thank you for coming on such short notice here. We desperately need your assistance in this state of emergency all across Irulan. How was your trip? Did you guys find yourself well with Miss Valky?"
Yes.
Marvelous.
There seems to be some hesitation, sweetheart. Are you all right?
I'm sticky.
Okay. Well, we can definitely set up some accommodations afterwards, should you need them. Since
I just need to make sure that my wings get cleaned. Otherwise, it's kind of like sugar waxing. And sugar waxing and wings don't mix.
Oh, I did not know that. That's actually that's fun fact, I guess. This individual then basically gestures with their hands, and the main doors of the chamber behind you are closed, and basically anyone outside of the 4 people on the podiums basically leave the rooms. This actually includes those 2 orcs that then kind of reluctantly and kind of slowly shuffle, and they actually also too remove themselves. So the only people that are in this room here are the 3 sitting in front of you, and that elf over on the right hand side here. She says, calling to order. First thing we need to discuss here is the state of Irulan here at the moment.
Are we following Robert's rules of order, or is this just you run the show?
We're kind of running the show here for the most part. In lieu of certain emergencies, we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants, or our pantalones, as one would say.
Okay.
So we'll just take turns talking, like we're having a conversation, and we'll go from there. Is that all right with you?
How do we do voting? Like, is it we call the order and we identify who we are, all of that fun stuff?
Oh, yes.
I just
yes,
want to
of
make sure that, like, if it's an informal meeting or a formal meeting, is it going to be public knowledge? Should I be wary of what I share? Like, I need a little bit more detail before I fully participate in this conversation.
Oh, yes. Pardon me here. I'm a bit flustered here. I will admit here. Yes, I am council member. I
What's
forgot.
his name from What's Its Place?
That's right. I
Yep.
forgot. My apologies here with DM talk here real quick. I forgot to name these three council members. So we'll go. We'll just say here.
Tom, Bob, and Sue.
I'm gonna go with Mo, Larry, and Curly because that seems appropriate with this group. So, and the person over here on
What
the
does that mean?
right.
I'm gonna punch you in the face next time I see you.
That's fair. We'll see you at the Cranberry Festival. And the individual over on the right-hand side here is probably getting back into game here. They gesture here. Yes, pardon me. Yes, I am Mo Sislak, and this is Curly Sislak, and let's see, Curly, and this is Larry Sislak over on the far side here. You may also know the individual. This is King Carl from Baldur's Gate, because the DM didn't have a name and forgot to name the actual king of Baldur's Gate here, and they gesture over to this individual elf over on the side here. It actually stays silent, just kind of still watching you guys there. We will just kind of inform you as to what we know during this impromptu meeting. This is a closed session, so we do like to go ahead and keep things, as they say, on the down low, because we will be discussing some very sensitive topics as to the state of Irulan and what we know thus far here. We've been gathering information and intelligence from what we can through our backup twatter system. Pardon all the bird feces outside, of course, and I guess that's all of our names and our positions here. We are the council members, and this is the King of Baldur's Gate, of course, and you two are of the Thunderforce Guild, as we've heard lovely things, and you guys are, from what we understand, you guys are fully capable of yourselves. It seems you're lacking in a few numbers from what we hear, but who are you two? Do you mind introducing yourselves?
Cricket.
I am Jiro.
Cricket, Gio, it is a pleasure to meet both of you. Getting down to business, I guess, now that we have the
Do we defeat the Huns?
I love that reference, thank you. I just got it.
Welcome.
I just got it.
I'm Donnie Osmond.
There we go. Go.
Okay, sorry.
So
ADHD.
That's all right. It threw me for a loop, I tell you what.
Woo! I'm good at that.
In this state of emergency through all of Irulan here, we've seen that we're missing royals in many of the cities, and including our Emperor Hallwinter here, and other prominent figureheads of society, including our own city council members, and lastly, and more prominently from everybody's panic, all of the Clints. They are also all missing as well here, and everyone who has seen this happen all reports seeing the same thing take place, is that the individual basically was there, and then they faded in place into nothingness. And they all report the same thing, basically. Once this all happened, it was followed by a large boom that echoed through the sky. And we're hopeful that you would take on, basically getting to the bottom of this matter, as your Thunderforce Guild comes highly recommended. Do you, by chance, being the individuals of high esteem and getting things done here, do you by chance have any information that you'd like to share?
Well, like I'm kind of new to the party. I was just like delivering mail, and then I just kind of joined. So I don't know a whole hell of a lot.
Oh, I see. So you're a courier who has joined the Thunderforce Guild. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I joined because like they needed a person. Somebody left. I think her name was Astrid. She left some candy somewhere, and yeah, I just kind of took her spot because they needed bodies. Like alive bodies, not dead bodies.
Oh,
Like
yes.
I think there's a lot of those.
Yes. Who needs dead bodies anyway? We only
Yeah.
care about the living, after all.
So I just kind of was in the right place at the right time, but I have no fucking clue what's going on.
Oh. Well. Hopefully we've filled you in on at least what we know.
Yeah.
Jiro, how about yourself, sir?
Also, do we out of game? Do we need to get IDs
Let's see here.
because of the Clints?
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and say that you guys actually already have fakes. Those fakes.
Great.
Fakes in this world here. Everybody that's at home here. Fakes. The word fake isn't actually fake. It's actually, well, it is fake because it's fantasy. But fake is actually an acronym in this world here. It stands for the Federated Alliance. Something. I had it. I didn't put it in my notes. I'm ill prepared in some areas today. My apologies, everybody. But we'll get that to you here in the description here. Anyway, in this world here, fakes are basically like an ID that basically everybody has with them at any one point here. It just kind of helps them out be identified a little bit easier by the Clints.
It's like the social security number, but better.
It is. It is.
Wasn't it? Didn't it have a weird spelling like FAIC?
Yeah.
For a Federation accredited identification card or something.
There we go. Exactly. There we go. FAIK. There we go. But yes, you two...
FAIC.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
So Jiro and Cricket, you both have you do both have fakes with you. You guys have been
Okay.
around long enough that you guys have fakes.
Do I have a special fake?
You do because yours is a courier. You have a courier status on yours. You actually are also allowed to have access and be able to curry more sensitive items up to and including things that would be very secretive because you can be trusted. Basically, you are basically kind of like a governmental infrastructure.
You have
member
security
courier.
clearance?
She does.
Cool. I think that's because short-term memory loss.
It's so secure, even she doesn't know the secrets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's that working memory,
There we
not
go.
my strong suit. Cricket has really, really bad ADHD.
There you go. Oh my goodness. But yes. Where were we? Jiro, what is there anything that you would care to share in light of things? Do you guys have any other information to share as to the ongoings? We understand that you guys are actually some of the individuals that we've come across that you come highly recommended by. They've told us of your travels and that you've done yourself quite a big favor as starting your own guild in Phandalin, from what I understand, and you've actually stood up against a bunch of marauders. I forgot their name. Red something. Red
Brands.
Red
There
Dawn.
we go.
Red Brands.
They stood up against the rated R movie. But yes, you've stood up against the Red Brands and prevailed and kicked them out of town and dispatched them essentially and started up your own Thunderforce guild, from what we understand. And you've also basically secured the town entirely on your own, which is quite a feat actually in these times, especially out in Phandalin. Phandalin is basically very, very, very wild country for the most part.
Yes, we have achieved many things. The question is, what are we here for you to do?
Well, we're hopeful that you'll take on getting to the bottom of this matter, of the disappearance of the Clints, hopefully restoring them, if at all possible, and basically getting, how do I say this here? Getting our asses out of a handbag, as one would say.
I see.
But we would ask that you...
Why are they in handbags to begin with?
Well, I believe it is an expression of basically
I
being...
thought it was cats.
Oh my goodness, we're getting off topic a little bit here. Essentially, we're
cats.
Yes, we do love cats, but are you implying that we put them into bags and drown them?
Yeah. Well, no, you didn't drown them, but you just put them in the bag and you forgot that they were there. And maybe the Clints went into the bag also to help find the cats that were missing. Like, where was there formal communication about the cats in the bag?
Are you suggesting that all of the Clints and all of the council members and even Sildar Harwent, our Grand Emperor, are there in a bag of holding, perhaps?
I think they're in a bag with cats.
Oh yes, the cats, of course. But
Yeah.
why are they in this bag?
Because they haven't been let out.
Well, yeah, like unless there was formal communication to let people know that there's a cat in the bag, people are gonna look for the cats, and then they're gonna see a bag that's meowing.
To let the cats out of the bag.
Yeah, they're trying to let the cats out of the bag, but it's like herding monkeys, and it just doesn't work.
Oh.
So I think that they're where the cats are. So if we find the cats, we find all of the peeps for the party.
Of course, we must find the bags.
I am incredibly confused by.
I'm confused by you.
I think
don't
we're
know
all,
what's going on.
The council member kind of turns over to the other two individuals, and they're just kind of, their eyes are a little bit of a gape. They just kind of like hold their hands out and kind of like shrug their shoulders, like, I don't fucking know. She goes on to say, well, getting back to business here, of course, we
defeat the Huns.
Yes, to defeat the Huns in a musical fashion, perhaps.
I'm the daughter. He's the son.
That's, oh my goodness, we're so off kilter.
I wouldn't say musical fashion.
Yeah.
You kind of hear at this point here over to your right hand side.
You better work. Sorry.
The elf kind of breathes in real heavily and kind of sighs here. Going back to the council members here.
Grumpy Gills. We have a Grumpy Gills. Hello.
We would like you to get to the bottom of this matter, as your Thunderforce guild is very capable, and because of the situation, the state of emergency, we'd like you to name your terms. We'd at first we would like to offer 10,000 gold for your successful efforts to get to the bottom of these disappearances and assist in restoring order to all of Irulan, perhaps. Yes, question.
Do the cats that are in the bag have a tracker?
I don't know of any cats missing in Neverwinter. I don't know how they got to...
I haven't seen any, and there's usually cats everywhere because they are the pest control. So if the Clints are missing and the cats are missing, we're fucked. So, like, if there's a cat that has a tracker, we can use the tracker to find the bag, and maybe we'll find the Clints and all the other peeps.
Maybe the bag has a tracker as well.
Usually people track their animals because they want to know where their cat's like tracking things. So, like, that whole Plague Tale thing from like 20-ish years ago with all the mice and shit. Like, I know that there was rules that went out about people tracking their cats so they could keep track of the, like, illnesses with pests. So I suggest that we find a tracker for one of the cats, find the bag, and see if the Clints and everybody else is in the bag with the kitty cats. We should also bring catnip. For the cats and for the humans.
Cricket, let's discuss our terms, though.
Yes, our coffers, they are open at this point here to deal with such said emergencies. We do have an extensive amount of gold set aside for any type of expenses incurred in this situation because of the dire emergency of the Clints and all of the city council members and even the Emperor missing, essentially. Is
Well, but so I think that like figuring out what the plan is and what the first steps will help determine what the services are. Because if we need to utilize some of the funding to acquire things to make our jobs easier, we need to figure out what we're gonna fucking do first. We have to do a task analysis on this shit or whatever the fuck it's called.
I would also like to add, while I will accept your gold, I crave more than money.
You crave a blood sacrifice?
No, I am on a
Oh.
quest for knowledge, and knowledge would be my food.
Okay.
We do have we can accommodate with knowledge as you require here. We do have we actually have the largest library in all of Neverwinter here, and all of Irulan actually for that matter, and we can grant you access to some of the archives should you need it for information. Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
Am I allowed to have access to the unrestricted area of the archive? Or the restricted area?
Well, yes, we will. I tell you what, here we will actually get to that here, but a few things we must actually get to. The council member eyes over to the elf here again, to the king of Baldur's Gate here. He says, per the city charter, the city council will actually temporarily take charge of the empire until a suitable heir to the emperor can be located and put in place, and unfortunately we'll need 2 city council members replaced. We've taken it upon ourselves to acquire Miss Janelle Fitzmire as one of them, and we would also like maybe possibly have one of you set in, just as a security measure, temporarily, of course. And at this point here, the king basically is over on the right-hand side there. He angrily actually stands up and slams his hands against the bench, against the desk that he's next to, and says, "Endless bureaucracy and the clinch, they are the only thing Neverwinter has ever been good for. Why do we continue to babble over new kings and your squabbling city council when our city remains defenseless? Our treaty with this city lays broken in light of your legal negligence. For this, we will not stand idle. We are doing, can I do that again?
No. Yes.
Okay. From a podcast perspective here, you guys don't get to see this here. In editing here, we'll change it here. Okay, so the Baldur's Gate king basically then angrily stands up, slams his fists against the desk here and says, "Endless bureaucracy. The Clints, they were the only thing Neverwinter has ever been good for. Why do we continue to babble over new kings and your squabbling city council while our city remains defenseless? Our treaty with this city lays broken in light of your negligence. For this, we will not stand idle." It's at this point you guys actually hear Miss Janelle Fitzmire kind of pipe up and says, "We are doing everything within our power to provide more Clint units. However, ramping up production at this time here in delivery in such numbers will take time." It's at this point here the king then basically responds back, basically saying, all hollow dribble. Our city's truce.
Janelle, he's scary. Cricket hides behind Janelle Fitzmire.
The king says, "All hollow dribble. Our city's truce with one another, and our entry into the empire has always hinged on you providing safety and security to our peoples. Just to have you stage all these disappearances all in one fell swoop, we see this as an act of war against Baldur's Gate and its peoples, and we absolutely will not stand for this shenanery." As he slams his fist against the desk again, and it's at this point here the room is showered at this point here with splinters, as you see a minotaur burst through a wooden door just to the right, underneath the king, and glitter just kind of erupts into the room here from his body here, and you actually kind of hear party favor noises kind of
follow as Minnow basically spills into this room here, falling down and sliding across the room in just an explosion of glitter and party favor noises here. Minnow, in your right hand...
Happy birthday!
In your right hand is a glowing blue ampule.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
It's at this point here the king then basically, in a huff, he stands up and actually bursts and walks out of the chamber down the lower long corridor, followed by the two orcs in tow. And
As he does this, I go after him.
I look at Minnow and say, "Happy birthday!"
To tell him we must not act hastily, for things happen too fast. Will spiral out of control.
Our contracts and decrees with the city are quite rock solid here. These individuals have been scheming, and they've been doing dirty work underneath the table for quite some time. We will not stand for this anymore, and we consider this an act of war from Baldur's Gate.
I understand your position on this, King, but do you have evidence of this?
We do. Witnesses, statements from others, and even Clint's who have turned tail against your own city told us information about Mr. Narek Falkrith being the true manipulator behind the scenes.
I see.
Let's
not too hatefully.
If Neverwinter
try to get to the bottom of this and see if we can manage this situation more diplomatically.
It's at this point, Jiro, that the king actually leans in, and with through gritted teeth, he leans in and very, very calmly says to you, "This city will lie in ruin if they do not hold up their end to the bargain, and there will be war. There will be spilt blood, and that's that." And he turns away and leaves you.
King, what do you need to satisfy a good result coming from this without the use of bloodshed?
The Clints must be restored. Our security and our borders must be secured.
Okay, we will try our best. And we will make sure that the contract is restored fully.
Actions speak louder than words.
I do agree with you, King. We will try our best.
I hope so.
But in the meantime, let's not act too hastily.
There are more things going on in this than you know. And it's at this
Fair
point
enough.
he actually storms away and ignores you.
Okay.
he's ending the casual conversation at this point. It's at this point here, kind of switching back over to the main individual at the what do I want to say here? The main individual standing at their podium in the main chamber here says, after consulting with our best soothsayers, they have told us that this has been actually foretold to happen long ago, actually, and they're calling it the Great Reset, but they're not really able to tell us more. And so, with this in mind, we'd like to grant you access at this point here to our restricted section of the Library of Neverwinter, as you will most likely need to start there and consult the ancient scripts, and give these to the head librarian. She'll escort you in.
We unfortunately do not have access, and only she does. It was built that way for security reasons.
I see.
As for the additional individual we will need, who among you, Minnow, I actually know exactly who you are. We've heard quite a bit about you. Is there any reason you didn't use the front door?
I was following a different thread.
Ah, you're hot on the trail, I see. Well, at least one of you is doing some good work. Very, very nice. Good on you, sir. Good on you, sir. As we've said, we're granting you access to the restricted section of the Library of Neverwinter. And do you have any questions thus far here? We will have you go to this library and meet with a librarian, and our soothsayer is actually already there. We've granted him access as well. Do you have any questions? Bueller?
Point the way. Where's the quickest route to the library?
Quickest route, yes, is out through the main doors of the council chambers here, and right across the street, just to your left. It'll be just to the right of the Blue Julius outside.
Oh, I've heard about that. I must go there sometime.
Oh yeah, their blueberry smoothies. They're so fresh. You'd be whack not to go there.
So I've heard.
Yes. But anyway, in the meantime, we would ask that one of you actually stand in temporarily to go ahead and restore some type of confidence in Neverwinter's bureaucracy at this point here, to make sure we're where we need to be able to make sound decisions and give consulting information to us as you go on and about resolving this issue for us. Which one of you would stand in as one of the official council members here? Do you need some time to discuss amongst yourselves? It is
You want one of us
it
to
is a large
stand in
responsibility,
as
after all.
council?
Yes, Jiro, you had a question.
What is the purpose of us standing in as an official council member?
Like I said, as per our council charter, we must have at least 5 council members, regardless of these types of things that may happen. It was a contingency that was put in place long ago, just to go ahead and maintain order and a governmental structure.
What about the king? Is he not a council member?
As I have said, actually, sir, I don't know if you were paying attention, but our Grand Emperor Citadar Hallwinter, he's also gone missing as well as all of the Clints.
I see.
Do you need a moment to possibly talk amongst yourselves as to which one of you would potentially like to step in?
Yes.
Please take a few moments, gobble amongst yourselves, and we will speak amongst ourselves. I guess we'll call it an aside, I guess.
Cricket. You need someone. If what the king is saying is true, we need someone on the inside to see the other side of this situation.
Don't we also want that person to have some context as to what the fuck happened?
Yes.
So we need to make sure that this person knows the history of what's going on to best make decisions. So unless somebody has like everything that has happened before I joined for dummies, like I just want you. We need to make the right choice.
Yes, I agree. I would say me, but I am lacking in prior knowledge of this situation.
Same.
Guess that leaves me then.
Is this place currently accessible to you, or do we have to fuck some shit up first?
Oh, I think I may have an idea what's going on here.
Cool.
I see. We'll pick you then.
Okay.
Have you had
All
enough?
right.
Have you had enough time to discuss amongst yourselves?
Decision has been made.
It appears we have come to a unanimous decision.
Wonderful, wonderful. Which one of you will be stepping in as our missing council member?
It shall be myself. I'm sure a barbarian will be most appropriate for the situation.
Ah, what a wonderful decision, Mr. Minnow. I believe you're a barbarian. A barbarian will definitely hold a bit of strength in moving us forward here. Not necessarily in the physical sense, but more so as a show of perception that we are strong together. Thank you so much.
Yes.
As needed here, you will be giving access to our coffers directly, and all expenses will be covered, of course, as a business expense here for you. And if there's any other things that you may require, please don't hesitate to ask.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, but off to the library, I guess, is where you guys need to go. How should we reach out to you? Do you have Twitter?
I believe we do. Yes. Somewhere.
Wonderful. Well, we can send messages and stuff like that back and forth, and stay in direct communication. We will also be giving you special access. We do want to keep things. We don't know what bad actors still lay in the wings of this situation, and so we'll be using Cricket. Is it okay if we use your clearances to exchange information securely, of course?
Yes.
Could I be granted the highest clearance and full access to everything?
Yes. As in state of emergencies, we are allowed to do so, and we will make a special accommodations. Yes, please give me your fake, please. We'll make those adjustments here very quickly.
Okay. Yes.
She actually takes your fake and inserts it into a small machine on the desk here. Presses a couple levers. You hear kind of like a grinding noise. For a few moments, and then you hear this ding as she hands the fake back to you as well here, and your security clearance is actually basically identical at this point here to Cricket at this point.
Perfect.
Please do take care with the information that you guys are accessing or have privy to. There are a lot of things that, from what I understand here, not only just in the Library of Neverwinter here, that are quite restricted and quite barred from being known throughout the land. There are many secrets outside of these walls here that we really do press that they do remain secret. If you catch my drift.
Indeed.
Fair enough. We will give you an envoy. An envoy. We will be assigning a liaison to you as well to do anything that you do require. Is he here? She kind of looks over the top of you guys there over to Miss Janelle, and she kind of shrugs her shoulders here. Says, "He should be here any moment. He should be here any moment." As you then hear the doors open up behind you, as a small halfling actually comes in with a peg leg. As you actually hear the peg leg before you see this individual, and one of you recognizes the individual as Gallus Billion coming into the room.
Oh.
Yes, my friends, it's so good to see you again, Mr. Minnow, it is, I think you have grown taller, since I have last seen you. Last time, how have you been? I have been assigned to take your tasks, and I as a freed member, temporarily of course. Thank you, your graces. Thank you for the council members. Thank you for letting me out of prison. It was a terrible place. Please do not kill me. Do not carry out my execution. I hope this brings back me into good favor with you. I will do everything at my disposal to make you guys happy again. Anything I can do to be of assistance. The council member then basically chimes in and says, he is being given to you at this moment here on a temporary release due to the emergency, and he is still wanted for treason. He still will pay his price. So if he does try to escape, or he tries to defy you in any way, please do dispatch him without haste, or without any delay. Gallus then chimes in and actually kind of hops on to, kind of bows onto his knees. Please, do not kill me. I do not want to die. It is terrible to have blackness behind my eyes. Please, no. He kind of begins to kind of grovel and cry, and you actually see a small little puddle of urine on the ground kind of settle at his at the bottom of his peg leg. Please, Mr. Minnow, please do not kill me. I will do everything, please. He begins to actually kind of start kissing your feet. Mwah, 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 mwah. Please, Mr. Minnow, please do not kill me. What is your bidding, sir? What is your bidding?
I think we'll just we'll just keep you alive while we need you.
That is fair. Anything I can do, just tell me the word. I will do it.
Well, we first need to discuss, and then we will get back to you with what we need you to do.
Wonderful. I will stay here, or I will stay in your footpath. I will not get in the way.
Okay. If you do get in the way, you'll get trampled.
Understood, sir. I will stay behind you at all times. He gives you a little bit of a impromptu salute.
Okay. I tolerate it with just a slight nod.
The council member then kind of sees all of this here, and basically stands at attention here, as well as the other council members all also stand up here and says, well, that is done, and please do be in touch. Miss Janelle, if you would please, please come with us. We have a few other things to discuss. Oh, by all means, honey, I'll bring some oolong. I'll bring some oolongs. I'll get some more extra squares. As you guys are actually then left basically alone in the council
one more
chambers.
thing before they leave.
Yes, Gerald.
I require a place where I will be able to research without interference of my own.
Oh, honey, I can help you out with that here. Since all the Clints, my boys, she kind of starts to tear up a little bit. Since all my boys are missing, I have some extra lab space. If you want to come on by the lab, we can set you up a spot over there. We got all the fixings, all the different equipments and whatnot that you'll ever have to want.
Perfect.
Do y'all need some extra oolong tea? Maybe extra couple lemon wedges you'll take with you?
Yes, I'll take some oolong.
Oh, here you go, sweetheart. And she
And
actually...
some black tea if you got any.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Some black tea if you have any.
Oh, let me go ahead and get you refill here on that here. She actually dumps out onto the floor
this entire pot of tea, and actually replaces a small bag that was actually kind of hanging from a small chain with some extra dark tea leaves that has a little bit of a powder in with them here. As the teapot then fills itself with piping hot water, and it begins to brew, she then pours you a cup of this black tea and offers it to you.
Wonderful.
Here you go, sweetheart. It's fresh from the pot.
Marvelous. Thank you very much.
Not a problem, sweetie. Not a problem. And do y'all need anything from me, Miss Janelle? Any little trinkets or anything like that here? My apologies here. I'm not only the director of the Clint program, but I also am a bit of an artificer in my spare time outside of my boys that need my attention here. Is anything like any type of mechanical means that y'all need, anything like that?
Mechanical needs. A house of. What do you mean?
No, sweetheart. It's not chemical, but mechanical. See, I'm an artificer by trade. I merge everything that is mechanical, like gears and springs and the doodads and the shoe shots, and I mix them with a little bit of arcanery, making fanciful items. That's how the whole Clint program got started.
Can I learn from you?
Oh, absolutely, sweetheart. We've never had necessarily an intern program, but I guess in the state of things, we could definitely benefit from learning from each other. Absolutely.
I cook good.
Oh, how wonderful! How wonderful! I actually make my world famous lemon squares. We could share most of the recipe. I can't tell you about some of the secret ingredients. That's what makes it special.
I know that it's love and cocaine.
It's who she leans down here. Her frame actually. She kind of gets down onto her belly. Who exactly told you what the secret ingredient is?
Super secret knowledge.
You must have.
I'm a courier, top clearance.
Oh, gotcha. Just remember, mum's the word. We don't want anybody here finding out what's in Miss Janelle's tea. Okay, gives them all a little pep in their step.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, mum's the word, and I probably won't remember anyway.
Oh, that's right. You folks all have that short-term memory here. I hope you don't forget my name. My name's Miss Janelle Fitzmire. But yeah,
where the fuck did I go?
Well, you're right there, honey. You were sitting on my head just a little minute ago, on my shoulders,
and
then you up and disappeared. Did you guys go on a mission? Here, give me a second here. Let me go ahead and highlight the entire table. Here is. Oh, you actually did disappear. What the fuck? I can't even find you. Cricket the character, has he been ejected literally from the game? Jen, how is that possible?
I don't know.
Let me
clicking.
Let me get you here. Cricket, let me find you here. A new avatar emerges as Cricket. There you go. You're right in the glitter there. So.
Oh no. Blindfold. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay.
Miss Janelle says then, did you find yourself again?
Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful.
It was weird. Like, I got into this other place and it was like really, really dusty, and it was bad. Tiny space.
Oh, well, you never can argue with a little bit of dust now and then. You gotta have a little bit of fun.
Well, I mean, that's why I eat dirt.
Sweetheart, you got y'all. I know y'all are fake creatures and whatnot. Y'all still eat dirt? I thought that was
my immune system.
Oh, I see.
You just do a spoonful a day, keeps the doctor away.
You know what? I'll have to go ahead and try that. That's something that I'll definitely go ahead and take with me. Thank you so much. You're so informative.
It's either that or licking the occasional doorknob.
Oh, you know
Preferably one that Herbert the pervert wasn't near. I've read a lot of stories with his shenanery, and apparently he tried to seduce a spoon.
That, you know what? I've heard dealings with him as well from some of my clients. But did
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say here. Apparently, gee, the DM had a brain fart. All right. So out of game here. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do here while you guys are at the in the council chambers here, all by your lonesomes there?
Should we take a look through all of the different cubbies to see if there's any information that might be useful?
Yes. Perception check?
Sure, absolutely. I would actually recommend an investigation check, actually, since you guys are specifically looking for looking through the different chamber desks there.
Cool.
Okay, I will roll.
Okay.
I got a 21.
Oh, you find everything. The end of the game is there. You win.
I got a
As-
7.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, Minnow, are you also aiding in the investigation as well, sir?
Yeah. Where's my investigation?
Okay.
It's not gonna come out too well. Oh, 14.
Oh, okay.
You did better than me.
There you go. Jen, you actually, as you start going through, kind of rifling through the desks there,
There's dust.
that,
Oh,
you-
ooh, this looks like a tasty dust bunny. One moment, please. Oh,
oh my goodness. Oh, hey guys, I just got a notification from Tabletop Simulator. I just got an achievement. I crossed the threshold of 500 hours in this fucking game.
Holy
Yay!
shit.
500 hours.
Good
Yay.
job.
But yes, anyway, back to the game here.
That's time you're never getting back.
That's right.
Woo!
That's right. Oh my
I'm
goodness.
at 140 hours.
Damn. There you go. Jen, you with a 7, you do find a couple of dust bunnies.
Yummy dust bunnies.
That you do go ahead and just gobble up into your tummy.
Yum, 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 yum.
And you find like maybe like a silver piece or two that's kind of been lost, kind of underneath the seat at the back of the area of
Miss
the
Janelle,
desks.
I have some pocket change for you.
Oh, sweetheart, you go ahead and keep it here. Finders keepers.
No,
Are
no,
you sure?
I had the dust bunnies. It's for you.
Oh, sweetheart, I tell you what. Here, I'll give them to the Bring Back the Clint Fund.
Yeah, okay,
We'll,
sounds
we'll,
good.
we'll put them in the coffer here. Eventually, here, if you
Wait,
guys do bring back my
Who
boys.
has the cough?
Oh no, a coffer, honey. It's like my pocketbook.
Oh, okay.
She'll go ahead and take the couple of coins there from you, and she'll put it into her side purse there. It says, "Thank you so much, sweetheart. Do you think I could maybe try one of them dust bunnies here? You seem you Fey folk here seem so adamant about eating dirt and stuff like that. I got maybe there's something I could learn from y'all in doing so."
Here's a really good one. It has an extra ear.
Oh, that's different. It's got that's hair. Okay, well, she kind of like gives a little bit of a dry heave there. It's like, what, bottoms up, I guess. And she puts it in and kind of just, you kind of hear the like the floor grit just kind of like in between her teeth as she begins to chew. Just
Can you feel your immune system working now?
I definitely feel something. I think it's my acid reflux coming, but let me just wash this out here, honey. I need to process this. This is all kind of new to me. She actually takes a big old swig of the black tea from her own little teapot there, and gulps it down with a big swallow.
Next time, maybe mix it with water first.
You know what? We could make dust bunny tea with this. That's actually a really good idea.
Wow.
Miss Cricket, I knew as soon as I saw you that this was going to be just one hell of a wonderful friendship.
Wow.
I'll tell you what,
Nice.
sometimes when you all get a chance here, I'll tell you what, Miss Cricket, come on over to the lab. Next time y'all have a free moment here after you figure out what's going on here with all this. And we'll possibly give you maybe a tour of the of the production line here, possibly.
Miss Janelle, you look like a very fun guy.
I am actually a lady.
Well,
but
you're mushrooms. You have mushrooms.
oh, I see. You know what? I keep them with me wherever I go. That joke
He's a
always
fun
goes over
guy.
my head.
Yeah. Huh.
That's quite funny. Thank you. That's so funny. You know, my clients, they also sometimes have a sense of humor there, but unfortunately their repertoire of jokes are quite limited. Unfortunately,
I like puns.
Do you know? Here, maybe I could try this on you here for size here. Do you know what kind of Hold on, I gotta come up with this joke. I actually have the joke here for you. It's super stupid. What kind of seed comes from a hand? A palm tree.
Wow.
Yeah. I usually.
I thought it was palmetto.
Oh, I might have to change it. That actually has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, and it's an herb.
That is true. That is true.
And it's also an armory.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I tell you what, I better get going. I got plenty of stuff to do here, trying to go ahead and keep these townspeople at bay here with announcements and whatnot here. I will
also,
go ahead.
They have solar panels.
What is a solar panel? Is that
sun-powered electricity?
I don't know what
like
electricity
gardening.
is.
You can run different things with it. So, like running your gears and stuff, it could be operated by the sun.
I see. Is this something that y'all made over in Phandalin? Is this something of your own making? Is that how you guys rose to power?
That's from Palmetto.
Is this a place or
It's a company.
Oh, you guys made your own business.
There's a Palmetto solar panels, Palmetto armory. It's like Amazon.
Fair enough. I've heard of in Amazon. It seems to be more of a rainforest type of place, but
yeah, they have a lot of stores.
Fair enough. That's fair. And I am Miss Janelle here is quite confused by our conversation, so I'm gonna go ahead and head on out and
okay.
keep on doing my announcements here. You let me know if you need anything from Miss Janelle,
okay.
and we'll talk to y'all later. Thank you so much,
okay.
Miss.
Don't forget to get the sugar crystals off your feet.
Oh my goodness, yes. Thank you so much. Here, I'll
You're
take
welcome.
care of them.
My line of sight is lower than the average person, so I can see all the nooks and crannies.
That's perfectly fair. Thank you so much. And she kind of
also
leans down.
You might want to check this toe for cancer. That mole looks abnormal.
Oh, you know what? I've been so busy. I've just been kind of ignoring it here, hoping it would go away. I will get it
that's
checked
a really
here.
odd shape.
Should it look like that here? It looks like it's like a mole on top of a mole.
No, it shouldn't look like that. You might have to amputate.
You know what? Sometimes a little bit of pus comes out here, but
yeah,
I figure
that's not
out
good.
with the old in with the new. You know.
Well, no, but that's a slippy no.
Could you tell me possibly what a slippy no is? I'm not familiar with that term.
It's a mistake that is really, 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 really bad, and the pus just makes it slippery.
Oh, I see. So the no is the action, and the pus is the slipping.
Correct.
Well, I don't know if I should be more entertained by your choice of words or the fact that it's kind of gross at the same time. I'll have one of our artificers, one of our people take a look at this here right away. Here, thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome. Be safe.
You as well, honey. You as well.
I'm gonna go find more dust bunnies.
She curtsies and says, "Jiro, it was a pleasure to meet you, sweetheart. Come here, give Miss Janelle a goodbye hug here." And she actually pulls you in here close. Jiro, do you resist at all?
No.
Okay. You actually kind of ragdoll into her ample bosoms and as she kind of caresses you and says, You I could tell that you were such a good hugger that I just needed to experience your hugs here. I like a good hug, you know. And Mr. Minnow, I don't come across too many folks here that I can actually stand upright with and see eye to eye here with. You're a Minotaur, is that right?
I am indeed.
I have never had the pleasure of meeting y'all there. Y'all have any type of goodbye greetings and stuff like that we may be able to accommodate here. I'd love to give you a hug, but I don't want to be so formal with these types of things here from a courtesy perspective. Is there something that I could do to maybe give you like a Minotaur hug? What would be the equivalent of that?
No, your normal cultures are fine with me. I try to embrace other cultures.
Oh, how wonderful! And she actually pulls you in as well here, and surprisingly, Minnow, she's a lot stronger than she looks. Like, you have a hard time like kind of keeping your balance as you actually kind of fall forward as well as your horns kind of touch both of her shoulders as you are basically looking down her shirt at this point here. And she gives you a nice warm embrace and lets you go here. And she gives a curtsy to the group, and she's on her way. Anyway, back to the roll. Back to the roll we did like 20 minutes ago. Outside of the dust bunnies, you find Jen, Jiro, and Minnow. You actually come across a couple of handwritten notes and a couple of a small little notepad. Oh, go ahead.
Does somebody have is one of them a master plan to take over the world? You usually find something like that in here.
You do. Narratively, right?
Yeah.
And number one on the list is buy milk.
Yes. Well, you have to have strong bones.
That's right.
Exactly.
You guys do find a couple of grocery lists of some of these council members here and some of these more prominent figures in the city. A couple of like dirty little love notes and stuff like that you would assume is from like a nasty little love triangle with dirty words and whatnot. And then you also find a small little black book as well from Emperor Sildar Hallwinter's seat. It's kind of sticking out from the edge of the underside of his fluffy cushion that he would normally sit on. And as you start to go ahead and rifle through it, you start to kind of see things unfold, where it's a little bit of a back-ended behind-the-scenes diary. And as you read, you start, kind of pouring through these pages here. I'm going to say, Jiro, you're actually the one that's kind of going through this and reading through the pages here as well. And you kind of see this story unfold as you see that it kind of starts with the evening where his face was disfigured. As he writes in this book here that he was actually quite traumatized and angered by the events. He kind of started to kind of from the trauma to help himself recover. He started to go ahead and start this diary of what's going on here, and it goes on to kind of detail his thoughts and feelings on the ongoings and that someday he wishes to go ahead and exterminate any and all minotaurs wherever he may find them in the future, especially finding that one minotaur that disfigured him. That he will not stop in his efforts to wash them from the land,
even though it was his own doing, because he's a booty licker.
That's right. But it goes on to say that he ends up befriending a particular dragonborn, a Mr. Falkrith, and actually they kind of start to kind of hit it off by getting involved in each other's business, and you kind of see Narek kind of be more and more of an influence over him, and this is actually from a timeline perspective here. This is actually going back, this is like a 10-year-old journal basically at this point here, going back before y'all time traveled in your previous characters in the archive episodes for our listeners. And as you kind of see this unfold, you see that Narek begins to go ahead and trust trusts Sildar in this grand scheme that Narek kind of boasts about here and there, up to and including where Narek revealed that he had forcibly acquired what the hell was it called? What was the name of that castle you guys all cleared
Kragmaw?
out? Yeah, there we go. He gives you the information about, or it kind of reveals that Kragmaw Castle was basically the beginning of his operations that kind of grew and grew and grew, as you kind of see them basically start blackmailing individuals and basically finding out other individuals, worst kept secrets, as they begin to kind of hold these people and extort these different prominent figures, and it just kind of expands and expands and expands until they have an opportunity to basically murder and replace the previous emperor of Irulan, and essentially it comes down to a decision that it comes down to whether or not Narek and Sildar, which one of them wants the position. And Narek basically doesn't want to get his hands dirty. He would much more opt to kind of do things behind the scenes, but encourages Sildar to rise to power at that point. And that's how you kind of see him take over the not only just the city of Neverwinter, but basically become the ruler of all of Irulan at this point. And that's what you guys find.
Huh. Interesting.
In addition, you see some scribblings in the margins, as you see that Sildar kind of wrote himself a couple of self notes, shopping list, get milk, but you also see 9 o'clock sewers vampires.
Interesting.
You see that there. You see Kragmaw Castle destroyed? ? Exclamation! ! Exclamation! And there's one more item that you guys see in the margins of the diary that says Narek has father issues? ? And that's what you guys see. That's what you guys are able to kind of pour through these pages here. It's actually quite extensive. I mean, it's a journal he's been keeping for quite some time, and it takes you about an hour or so to kind of just pour through this. I would assume Jiro to get through the pages here.
Okay. Do we see anything else? Specifically something pertaining to the other council members that were present today.
Outside of that, here you would know that from the diary, that they basically took each one of the council members and was able to go ahead and turn them to their own favor and basically get them to do their bidding. Essentially, that anybody and everyone that was somebody of a prominent figurehead essentially would answer to Sildar directly, essentially as the emperor, and essentially everybody that who's anybody that knows kind of the details know that Sildar was kind of the front PR guy, and Narek was kind of really running the show behind the scenes.
I see. So does that mean that the king is trying to cause a war purposefully?
That's a good question. You don't see anything in the book pertaining to causing a war outright. But you do see that in dealings is that one of the harder targets to get to turn were Mo, Larry, and Curly Sislak on the council.
but they are essentially disregarded because they already have a majority to go ahead and basically pass any type of laws that they would want. They would have the majority with the influence that they already had. You would also see in there that upon multiple attempts to get the king of Baldur's Gate to turn, that they were unsuccessful in doing so as well.
I see. Anything else?
That will be it that you guys are able to discern from the pages there. I will need a perception check from everyone, though.
Perception.
I roll a 6.
I got a 4.
Okay.
That's with a +3, so that's a nat 1.
Oh.
12.
Okay.
Hey!
I'm going to go ahead and say that, Cricket, you're the only one that actually feels the ground beneath your feet kind of shake a little bit. Like, kind of like when you're across the room from somebody and they kind of hop down from a chair and don't break their own fall by bending their knees. They just kind of slam against the ground. You actually kind of feel the ground kind of shake a little bit between underneath your feet a little bit.
Who moved? There were vibrations. Someone moved.
Wasn't me.
No, because you move. Sorry, that was out of game. I know better than to do that in game.
And best joke of the week goes to Cricket.
Yay! I did it.
Yeah. Alrighty. It's at this point here that Gallus kind of chimes in here as he's been
God.
just temporarily has been very
I love Gallus.
has been watching you guys here very feverishly as he says, "Oh, thank goodness! I am glad that those pencil pushers and those bean counters are gone here. I can finally relax. Minnow, it has been so long. How have you been, sir? You have missed out on quite a lot around here."
Oh, I've not been too bad. What's been going on?
Well, obviously, hopefully you guys got my toilet paper note. Kind of disappointed that in you guys here. You guys didn't come to save me. Kind of left me in prison to rot after I was deemed a cult member apparently. And to send the note, thank goodness that it was able to get out. Unfortunately, it cost my leg, but I'm glad that better late than never. I guess.
Yep.
Anyway, here on behalf of the Gauntlet, as you guys know, I've been doing some investigating of my own, and I've come across a few things that you guys may want to take a look at some point here. There's not only did all of the Clints disappear in my findings here, but behind the scenes here, as a member of the really the only person that was left of the Gauntlet, and Miss Calypso. I understand. Is she here with you? Is she running late?
I don't know. I came a different way, so don't know where
That's
everyone
fine.
is.
We'll I will circle back around with her promptly. In addition to the Clints and all the shenanery that has gone on with the council members and the Clints and Sildar Hallwinter, the other peculiar thing is I've actually been hot on the heels of Nerek Falketh, and I have actually discovered he has actually been disguising himself to stay in the shadows, as you would say. He has actually been disguising himself as Miss Valerie Dubois over at the Queen's Loins LLC. And since he has also been disappeared, I have slipped in, I believe, unnoticed, as undercover, as one would say. And
I have found a body over in the back rooms. I believe he was once part of our party. Do you recall the individual, Mr. Cade, or Mr. Slotty, as you guys referred to him as?
Yes.
I have found his corpse, unfortunately, in one of Mrs. Valerie Dubois' rooms. Very charred, actually, to the core. There wasn't much left of him. However, he's...
Was it Valerie Dubois? Sorry.
That is a funny
It's
joke. Ha
fun.
ha ha.
Yeah.
Ha ha. And hoodles. But yes, he seems to be at the core of all of this ongoings. I was hoping that maybe you guys had a little bit more information on the back end. You guys already seem to be at the center of all of this here, and our paths. I believe our paths have not crossed again without some type of on high being that has brought our paths together again. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, other than that, I have actually been posing as Mrs. Valerie Dubois over at the Queen's Loins, and I've kind of not necessarily taken over the place, although I've had to brush up on my business skills, and well, I kind of like the brothel. It's actually kind of nice, and that's nor here nor there. And hoodles, Mr. Cade and Mr. Slotty, I found a small. It said VD on the wall, and he scratched it into the wall of the brothel, and I'm having some trouble kind of tracking down his final moments. I understand he was with your party, but I do not understand why he was with Mrs. Valerie. Do you understand? Do you know why?
I think he took a shine to her.
I understand that she had that effect on a lot of people, up to and including, I believe I need to inform you, of a traitor in your midst. Mr. Travers, I believe he was operating as your accountant at balls, your own version of the brothel here. I believe Miss Valerie Dubois was stiffing him for not only money, but turning him against you in some way, shape, or form. So I wanted to bring that to your attention, to be very, very wary against him. I believe he may be working against you.
Yeah, she made a lot of people stiff.
Anyway, sorry, I tried to think of a Gallus laugh, and that came out really wrong. So I'm gonna edit that shit out later. So, anyway, but yes, tell you what here. You guys have had a long rest here, a long trip here, as I've been informed of on the back end here. Do me a favor, when you guys have a moment, come on over to the Queen's Loins. We will discuss further. Do you have any other information for me to pass on or to know, perhaps just by myself?
We are currently investigating things.
And have you come across anything? Have you found anything?
I found dust bunnies.
Oh yes, I hear they're very delicious.
Yeah, they're really good for the immune system.
All right, I guess it's
Sidebar, out of game.
Oh yeah.
So, is Cade Slotty joining us? Wasn't he supposed to be here today?
Outside of game, Cade and Slotty was actually Inner City Witty's old character name from the archive episodes. He won't necessarily be playing Cade or Slotty for that matter. He'll be bringing in a brand new character.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Other than that, Mr. Mino, thank you for your information. Miss Cricket and Mr. Giro, since we are all kind of in this together, I would like to assist you with anything that the gauntlet may the odor of the gauntlet, anything that we can do to assist with you. is there any information that you would care to share in confidence, of course?
That seems.
We should stop eating the lemon squares.
Oh yes, they are very filling. They are very filling, but high in vitamin C. You won't get scurvy, I bet.
And high in other things. That's why I'm wacky.
Oh, what other things do you have in them?
Drugs.
Drugs?
Drugs.
The lemon squares have drugs?
Yeah.
What? This is news to me. What kind of drugs do you have? Did you put into there?
I didn't put them in there, but I know the recipe very well.
Oh, do you care? What do you care to share? Is it spice?
First one is the first secret ingredient, love. Second ingredient, that secret is cocaine.
You know, that does make sense. That does make sense. I do have a pep in my step for a couple of hours. My eyes do very weird things when I eat Miss Janelle's lemon squares, but they are so delicious. I always have to go back for seconds.
Yeah, I would refrain. Here's a dust bunny. She gets into her pocket and hands a dust bunny.
Oh, how wonderful! I love dust bunnies. As he just gobbles it up. You hear the gritting of the floor dirt between his teeth as he gulps it down.
Yeah.
Never turn down the dust bunny. My mother always told me. You never know what's going to be inside.
That one had 2.5 years.
Oh, you can taste the 2 years. Oh yeah, you could definitely taste it.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Hold on. I think I found a little extra prize here. And he kind of fishes into his mouth with his fingers, and he pulls out a toenail. Oh, I guess I will say
that's somebody's DNA.
That is definitely something. Usually they're not in there, but is this something that you need back?
No. No.
Wonderful.
I don't have toenails.
Wonderful. It may come in handy. He puts it.
Use it to pick locks.
You know what? There was at the time where we could do that, and we actually did that over in the prison. There was a few guys who showed me a few things here. It earned me a little bit of a reputation of getting out of tight spots, if you know what I mean here. Although they did.
Is that how you lost your limb?
Unfortunately, no. The cost of the limb was actually in the. I was sending the note over to you guys via Twitter on the toilet paper. I was able to send it, but unfortunately the guards, they caught me in the act, and as punishment it was they removed my leg.
Who was the letter to?
Well, the letter I sent it to the Thunderforce, you guys.
Well, yeah, but was it to a particular person? Because we're kind of down some members.
I have noticed. There are quite a few friendly faces, but the only one I still recognize is Mr. Minnow.
Yeah, there was I stepped in for Astrid.
I understand Mr. Herbert, he is no longer with the party. As I was actually looking forward to roasting him with my new skills I picked up in the joint.
You could peg his ass.
That is a funny one. I have not heard that. Kicking peg and taking names, I guess you could say. That's actually kind of funny. Thank you.
But it's also because pegging means something else too.
What exactly does
Herbert likes being pegged.
Oh, I see. What is this pegging?
Putting your peg up somebody's ass.
I assume that would hurt without a proper bit of lubrication.
Well, yeah, but that becomes the slippy oh.
Oh, I see what you did with those words. That was very funny. Funny.
This is the sleep deprivation speaking.
Oh, is it? Do you really actually have sleep deprivation, Jen?
Yeah. So that's why I said drugs.
That's where I'm at. I slept maybe 4 hours last night.
Oh,
I'm
goodness.
at
Well, technically that was the
27
but
hours sleep deprivation.
Like you haven't slept for 27 hours?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we need to work on that.
well,
That
what
seems
was
like a
it?
lot of work.
Tuesday, I
It
only
is.
slept. I'd stayed
You
awake from 6.
slapped?
I didn't even sleep. I stayed up from 6 p.m. No, it was Monday. I stayed up from 6 p.m. to 6 till like 11 the next day on Monday.
And then
Oh my
I
goodness.
don't think that JD sleeps very frequently.
JD, care to chime in?
Yeah, that's fair.
You don't sleep anymore, or what?
No.
Fair
I gave
enough.
up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You would gasp at my Apple sleep chart. It would see like I sleep maybe 2 hours a day.
Oofta. Oofta.
But good news, I
Crazy.
haven't had a migraine since September 1st.
That's definitely an improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was leaving the toxic work environment.
I
that'll
think we
do
should
that.
proceed though.
I think so too, because we're still in game and still recording to a live audience.
Yes.
Taco called you a dirty whore.
I saw that in the chat. Taco, feel free to go fuck yourself, sir. Love you. Any hoodles. Gallus chimes in here again. I had it is definitely a disappointment that Herbert the pervert is no longer with us. I had some big zingers to get back at him for all
You
the
can
hassle
tell
he
me.
gave me.
You can tell me. I'd appreciate them.
It was making fun of his appearance. It was making fun of his demeanor.
You can make fun of me.
Miss Cricket, I have just met you. I do not want to make bad impressions on you.
I'm not gonna remember shit.
That is true. You fake careers with your memory issues. That is why you guys are so secure in your information.
Yeah. Except for recipes. I remember the recipes.
Oh, how wonderful!
By the way, there was this guy called Heisenberg or something. You know, he sent a letter that had a recipe for glass. Now, why somebody would make glass, I don't really understand, but apparently it's a big hit.
This glass. What type of material is it? Is it fairly new?
It's a drug.
Oh, glass is a drug. I have
Yeah.
not heard of this here. How do you make this on your own? Is this a Fey recipe? Can you give me more information about it?
I can write it down for you so that way you can test it, but
How
just be
wonderful.
careful. It's highly addictive.
Well, it couldn't be more addictive than spice, you know.
Well, it's almost as addictive as the lemon bars.
Almost as addictive. We could probably benefit here from this if we get into some type of distribution situation.
Then there was some guy that tried to add chili powder, and it was just like, you don't do that with this type of drug because then it burns.
Oh, I actually know of a man who used to do things. He was a man in pink, I believe.
Yeah,
Man pink.
he was man pink. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
man.
What was
pink.
that? Rectal burn? What?
No, yes. He put the glass up his ass. Ha! He put the ass in glass.
That is so funny. That is so funny. I will have to use it in conversation. You see, my first name is Gallus, so it has ass in it. We could go on the road with this. We could be stand-up comedians. You know, over at the Queen's Loins, we are looking for some new comedians. Maybe you guys could
He
perform.
puts the gal in the ass.
You see, we've been having trouble finding good comedic talent on the weekends. Primarily Saturday. The individual I have now, he's more of a farmer. He's really good at making plants grow big and strong, but he's not so good.
The guy that sings Men in Tights?
I have not. Is that a new jingle?
Yeah, it's wonderful.
We have
It's like Robin Hood, but it's with Men in Tights.
That is. I am very interested in this. We are always looking for new talent and new things to do over at the Queen's Loins,
Except for
especially at
the-
our performances.
Then one of the guys, he tried to take the Dune spice and then he farted sparkles.
That is definitely different. Do you have a demonstration perhaps in this jingle that you could maybe give me an interview?
We can do that outside of game.
That I
My
don't
eyes
understand.
are
What is this?
clicking.
Are we? I do not know. Are we playing a game?
Yeah.
Because I am still in game, and I don't know if the DM
secret.
told you about this, but I am kind of breaking the fourth wall here, if you know what I mean. But maybe you could say like out of game or something like that, so the DM knows like what is going on. Because I am only one person. I am
The conversation has been in game, but she will share the information out of game.
That is perfect. I am most certainly that whatever strange creatures you are talking out to in the ether, I hope they are listening.
Oh.
I'm messing with you, Jen. I'm having fun.
No.
Let's
I'm
proceed.
sleepy.
I think we need to leave this area and proceed on
But-
to.
Dust bunnies!
Maybe
There will be plenty more dust bunnies.
Maybe it could be a
Dust
play on words
bunnies.
where we could add dust to the dust bunnies. You know, I have in my investigations
Let's
here
add
onto.
cocaine.
We could definitely do that. Here in my investigations, I have actually come across a couple of individuals that Narek has spoken with here that have quite lucrative drug trades here. I believe their names are Samo and Wink. I don't know. Have you come across them before?
No.
They are the prominent makers of spice. You know, the highly illegal drug in Ireland.
In
here.
Dunesburg?
I don't know of the Dunesburg. They're located out in an undisclosed location out into the swamp. I have only been able to follow them there once.
Well,
But
I thought Shrek was out there.
I don't know if this Shriek type of guy does he do things, or what is his dealings in the drug trade?
His body releases a gas that kills all of the fish and the frogs, and so he has an endless food supply because of the drugs that he excretes.
That is very interesting. That is very interesting. But I don't understand what it has to do with spice.
You mean he uses Old Spice?
Oh, I see. I'm not familiar, but it is something I will have to do at my earliest convenience. I have homework, I guess.
Yeah.
Anywho, I have a few things to do.
Would it be cell work?
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Out of game. You gotta insert the Old Spice whistle after she said that.
Yeah. It has to be cell work because you don't have a home.
On the road here, people of my caliber, we actually travel and we make home where we sleep a lot of the times. It's we don't have time for families, unfortunately.
You're an incel.
I don't understand what that means.
That's okay. Neither do I.
That is fair. I know in making in light of this situation here that it's all fun and games here, but I understand that my mission was to come with you. However, I would ask that I might have a little bit more freedom in this ordeal here. See, the council members, they are still under the impression that I am some type of traitor. Obviously, this is not true. I will resume my operations here. I will see what I can dig up as to additional information here. I believe I am on the cusp of a very big discovery as to what seems to be going on behind the scenes, if you know what I mean.
Interesting.
Anywho, I will bid you adieu, and you guys let me know if you need anything. If the council comes across me, I will just tell them that you sent me off on an errand. Is that fair?
Yeah.
How wonderful! How wonderful! And we will speak with you guys again. We will talk later. Thank you so much. And he actually, you kind of see him take a couple of ingredients out of his pocket here, kind of mash them between his fingers, as you kind of hear him kind of mutter a few words underneath his breath. As you actually see Gallus at this point kind of transform into this old haggy-looking individual that only Minnow actually recognizes here with a big red hair bun, and this big long silky red dress kind of envelops him here. As you now see Miss Valerie Dubois now sitting in front of you here, he says, "We'll talk to you later, assholes." And you see Miss Valerie Dubois kind of curtsy and kind of walk off out of the council chambers.
Awesome.
All right. So what do you guys do?
Are we going to go look at this library?
Yeah, I concur. We should go to the library and start some research.
Alrighty, cool. And you guys basically go ahead and set out for the library here. So, we are actually going to call it there for the episode. And not necessarily leaving it on a cliffhanger this time here, but, sometimes you guys have to have, kind of lull episodes versus, high energy, haha, funny stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys had fun. We're going to go around the room here. We're going to get some of those special guests here, like we talked about here, hopefully soon here, once we can go ahead and get more on a consistent schedule here. But we'll update you guys a little bit more as we go over the Twitter sphere that you can go ahead and find us over at Canopy Gaming here. So going around the room here, Mr. Minnow, where can we find you on the interwebs so we can go ahead and follow your Minnowness?
I can be found somewhere. I can be found
on the back of a milk carton.
Yes, well, usually. Well, that's where they're usually looking for me. There and all good police stations.
Cool. Fair enough. Jen, where can we find you?
Saga_Genesis on Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch, and other places.
Sweet. Mr. Jiro, where can we find you on the interweb, sir?
Nowhere.
Woohoo! All right, so it's a Where's Waldo situation. Awesome. And I'm Unlike Dragoon, I hear 91 here with Canopy Gaming, and you can go ahead and find us over on the YouTubes, TikToks, Instagram, Twitter, and Rumble, either on underneath Canopy Gaming here. So hope you guys had fun, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.
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 Sponsor of this episode is Love by Stella. Hi there, guys and gals. I'm super excited about our sponsor because they make such cool crochet items and decorations that you are just not going to be able to live without. Got a new baby that's on their way into your family? Then check out this baby bonnet and booty set. How about this cool baby cocoon with hat and mittens? And for you new parents out there, how about a crochet sleepyhead? Just sleep with a sleepyhead for a few nights and lightly spritz it with your deodorant, perfume, or body spray so your baby will fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer with your smell. How about a Baby Yoda for your child or grandkids? Or even a Scooby-Doo dog for your child's forever home? And with winter on its way, Love by Stella also makes a cornucopia of blankets. And you know what? That's not all. Love by Stella also does custom designs. Take this kid's drawing, for example, that he did at school one day, for instance. Love by Stella made it into a full-sized best friend. Wreaths, coasters, beanies, dish scrubbies. Love by Stella does it all. Even custom unicorn pieces I can't show you on YouTube. Love by Stella even sent me this super warm beanie for my Chrome Dome, as well as this awesome Knight's Helmet beanie with movable face mask for super cold and windy days, or just some extra cosplay for your next D&D session. And it's all super easy to order. Just go to Facebook and search Love by Stella and scroll down to see all the different items she has to offer. You can even ask her a direct question through the messenger function, or even send her an email message directly. They're quick to respond, and they take pride in each and every one of their handmade products. And now, back to the episode.